All right, YouTube, let's talk about it, right? From last night to early this morning, I was in the gym. So, went to the gym before midnight, did my squat every day, day 66. Today, when I go to the gym after I wake up, before I go to work, it's going to be squat every day 67, all right? So, let's talk about some things. I did squat, bench, and deadlift, SBD, right? And I've been doing that way too much. And I know for people that have been watching me, you're not supposed to do the same workout every day. It's just, I don't know why I keep doing that. It's addictive. I want to see what the numbers look like. But I realized some things. And what you realize in your workout is what you plan throughout the rest of the year. All right, this is August. My birthday's in a couple days. I'll be 42. I'm a father of two who refuses to have a dad bod, but I will be gaining weight really soon. I dieted down this year. My lowest weigh-in was 162. Right now, I've been floating between 167 through 172. I don't think I've seen 173 yet. I'm not gaining weight on purpose. I'm not losing weight on purpose. I'm just maintaining. And of course, you're gonna fluctuate a few pounds up or down. Water weight. You're gonna eat more this day than that day. You might move more that day than this day. You might drink more water this day or that day. It might be hotter outside. You might sweat more. There's millions of different reasons why your body weight is going to fluctuate. Now, body fat and body weight is two different things. Of course, you got muscle, fat, and water. Those are three things we're trying to manipulate, and those ratios gonna go up and down. We're not getting into that though. We're talking about my workout I just had. All right, it was called Squat Every Day, day 66. Bringing my bench press back, episode 22. Right. I stopped that series for a while. I had put it on hold to do the squat everyday thing. Not really to do that. I think I had put it on hold before then, but this took its place. And also I want to say salute to Russell Ori. He just went to the 93 kg powerlifting weight class, and he broke the overall world record. He broke the squat world record and the deadlift world record, or was it the bench? He broke two of them, right? It's 2 out of 3 lifts, right? I think he broke 2, and I might be wrong, right? So don't come at me in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm focused more on my stuff than I am on anybody else's, all right? But I do be watching, so, but I did 280, and you name a world-class powerlifter, then you say your numbers, it seems like you ain't done nothing. Oh my gosh. Oh, I shouldn't have said it. No, we're going to keep it real on the channel, right? So, like the video and subscribe for the realness, all right? So, I did 280 pounds on the bench press, right? But I weigh 169 morning weight. In the gym, when I be doing it on camera, usually be 175, give or take. That's with clothes, water, food, in my system, and all that. Okay, anybody that knows weighing yourself knows what I mean, right? When you weigh yourself when you first wake up, you're not gonna weigh the same later on, especially if you got clothes on, right? So 169 morning weight on average, probably a little less than that, give or take. I did 280 pounds on the bench press. That's the heaviest I've done since I've been bringing my bench press back. My bench press used to be at 365 at its maximum peak. But I feel like I'm better than that now. Pound for pound, for one, because I used to weigh a lot more. Pound for pound. Also, my technique is better. My consistency and my weight was my strength then. I was always, my confidence too. You know what I'm saying? Because part of this bringing back my bench press, squat, and back in the days I did my deadlift and da-da-da. Part of lifting weights, heavy weights, is not just your muscle size and how strong you are. You could be twice stronger than somebody and they can lift more weights than you. Why? Because all of the other factors, the technique, the breathing, the bracing, the confidence under the bar, there's a million. I could go for days. Then other people who know how to lift, they can add some things, and all those things combined, that what adds up to you lifting a lot of weight. So I put 500, and at the end of the video, I put 545 pounds on the deadlift. I didn't lift it. I did 495, and people started coming to the gym, and I kind of failed 495 at first. It wasn't that I failed, I just wasn't ready for it. So I went and approached the bar and then decided not to do it, right? And then I went back to the bar. But by the time then, it was already people in the gym. It threw me off, right? It unreadied me. Nobody didn't bother me. It unreadied me at the time. Nobody didn't bother me. Then once you fail, it's like dropping a drop of blood into a shark pool, right? Frenzy. You know, you got people who are gonna try to give you advice, and people this, that, and third. That didn't happen. It was about to happen, but then I started acting like a crazy dude, cussing. I'll be in here. No, I'm talking. I'm saying what I gotta say, but I ain't saying it specifically to nobody, right? I ain't editing none of that out. I'm not saying it specifically to nobody. I'm saying things and I'm making sure people hear me, but it can be to anybody. Because I know all y'all gonna try to come over here. I've been through this. I've been in the gym for a decade. I know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of thrown off, even though it wasn't them. It was kind of my fault. It was my fault this time, right? For potentially what was going to happen. I just got uncomfortable. But I felt like I had the strength and the focus, if I can get it back, to do at least 545 on the deadlift. What's so special about that number? My PR on camera deadlift was only 525. I said 545, right? I had 545 on the bar. On camera, the heaviest I done was 525. That would have been a 20-pound PR. And if I loaded it on the bar, I'm not going to load nothing on the bar for the camera. I'm not going to load nothing on the bar that I don't think I can lift. That means I felt like I really could have lifted it. And I'm not going to attempt a lift that I think I maybe can lift. Now, I'm going to attempt a lift that I know I can lift. Not pussyfooting or setting the bar low. No, I'm not going to lift a weight. I'm not going to put an amount of weight on the bar that I think I'm going to get injured with, all right? I'm not going to do that. So I have fully confidence that I could do 545 on the deadlift. And what's so special about that? You might ask. Good question. I'm going to give you a good answer. My deadlift is not even on the front burner. When it comes to bench, squat, deadlift, strength-wise, bench press is on the front burner. Technique and form-wise, all of them, but especially the squat. So squat is on the front burner. Deadlift, I'm just deadlifting to keep it alive. Because how did I lose my bench and my squat? By not benching and squatting. How did I lose my deadlift before I had to build it back? By not deadlifting. Working out is almost like anything else. Lifting, I'm going to say lifting. There's a difference between exercising and lifting. You know, you might lift a few weights and do this and do something. That's not lifting. If you ain't dialed in, focused, locked in, everybody going to understand that, all right? So I'm not going to really get too deep in it. But if you're not really chasing them numbers, if you're not treating it like life or death, if you're not treating it like, basically, I look at it like this. You can even have a little fun with it. I said this in my comments too, in one of my other videos I just posted. It's like a video game, an old school video game. Tetris, Pac-Man or something like that. You do your best. You have a high score, Galaga, whatever. Galaxian. We ain't gonna name one Dig Dug. You know what I'm saying? You got the high score, right? And even if you focus on the high scores of other people, or you focus on your high score, right? So it could be you versus you. It's a competitive sport, right? So if you bench press this much, or deadlift this much, squat this much, that's your high score. So you're strategizing on how you can beat that high score. Your total is your ultimate high score. You're strategizing how you can beat. Dang, Russell Orridge is at 900 something pounds on 900 something kg total. 900 and something kg times 2.5, over 2,000 pound total, right? That's crazy. My total right now, the potential of what it can be and where it's at now and where it was. It was less than 1,000. I reached 1,000 a couple weeks ago. Now I'm back at like 1,100 and something, probably 1,200 if I actually go and do what I'm supposed to do. Why is it hitting from way less than 1,000 to 1,200 in a couple months? Because I'm bringing my strength back. This isn't me going from zero and building it. No, this is me being at a certain point, losing it, and coming back to that point. Getting back there will happen more faster than getting there in the first place. You see what I'm saying? But I'm doing it at a lighter body weight, which is going to take more technique, more skill, more focus. Now, if I was to just start eating, I'll be able to surpass where I'm at now easy. You know what I'm saying? I will be able to take a big quantum leap. No, not just by eating. No, by eating and lifting at the same time. Not going to the gym with a bowl of food and eating. I'm saying if I start eating more daily calories, gain a little bit of weight, that weight will transfer to the bar. And also, I'm not saying eat a bunch of food and stop lifting, and then when I gain the weight, start back lifting again. No, I have to do it while doing it. See what I'm saying? All right, that's what I mean. I had that misconstrued years ago, and I tried that, and that ain't how it worked. I was 275 and couldn't even bench press 225. I couldn't even bench press 50 pounds less than my body weight. All right, I didn't even know how to lift. Learn how to lift before you even do any big bulks or whatever, especially a bulk. I would recommend you learn how to lift before you cut too. If you're trying to be muscular and strong, lifting is your number one thing. All right. Yes, nutrition is very important. Recovery is very important. All these things tie together, right? But if you're not lifting, a lot of people think if they go to the gym, they're going to get stronger or they're going to build muscle. If you're not lifting, though, I went to the gym. You didn't lift. All right, we ain't going to get into that, all right? Because I do that too much, right? So, the potential. I did 500 pounds on deadlift. I did 315 on squat, which sucks. It's better than it was though. It was zero, and I had to build it back to the threes. Then I gotta lock my threes in. Then I gotta work on getting to fours over time, right? If I start eating, I can get to that 400 or something. But we talk about what I did today. So I did 800. We're doing totals, right? 500 on deadlift, 300 on squat, 800. Of course, 315, 495, 315. We're gonna do the exact math. So we're gonna call that 800 and 300 on the bench press. So 9, 10, 11. Then there's gonna be some change. So 1,100 and something pounds. You can do the math if you want to. 280 on bench, 315 deadlift, 495. 315. I cheated my deadlift. 315 squat, 495 deadlift. So 495, 315, 280. That was my total for today. That ain't my actual total. All right. Bench press. I never use a spotter. So I'm not lifting as much as I possibly can. That 280 was kind of a struggle. And I think the most part of the struggle is because human nature, as I was coming down, I was kind of not wanting to do it. I was like, am I going to rack it back or am I going to just go for it? Am I going to bail out or am I going to go for it? Once you get it down to your chest, you ain't got nobody there. You locked in, you better get it off you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, there's tactics of getting it off you, dumping it, or crawling under it or whatever. I don't like doing none of that. I had to dump it one time. Scariest moment of my life. Easier said than done. All right? A lot of people don't even think about how things actually are and put themselves in the shoes of the person. It's easier to say another person should do this or should do that and try to puppeteer somebody than it is to be the person in the driver's seat, in the hot spot. it ain't no POV. You know what I'm saying? You don't even left. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, no, I'm just kidding. But the potential, and this is before I even start bulking. And what am I bulking to? Good question, good answer, right? 169, maybe 180, maybe get up to 180 slowly. And when I bulk, I'm not going to get fat. I'm not gonna pick a weight and just get to there, and then I gotta try to maintain there and try to maintain my strength. And that's another point. I gotta say that after I say this. I gotta lock it in my brain before I say this, right? I'm gonna give myself a limit, and I'm gonna slowly, and I might not even reach that limit. I don't know if 180 is the actual limit. I just came up with that. But another thing about me, this is what I had to say. When it comes to losing weight, this is another tactic. This is another bright side of where I'm coming from. What I'm doing is I'm trying to get as strong as I possibly can at this body weight, right? Without getting injured, right? Without getting injured. But I'm also trying to of course I'm gonna gain some weight and gain some more strength. But one thing about me, when it comes to cutting, everybody knows that when you lose a bunch of weight, you lose your strength, right? I am very good at keeping and gaining strength while losing weight. How? I was just like everybody else when I first started this, right? A lot of guys, they make the mistake of using the weights for cardio. What do I mean by that? Okay, while they're bulking there, they're focused on getting stronger, they're focusing on getting bigger, they're focusing on, the calories, they're focused on this and that third. And then when they start cutting, they stop focusing on those things, and the only thing they're focusing on is losing the weight and how their abs are going to look. So they're focusing on doing things that's going to get them there quicker. So they're cutting their calories in half, big mistake, energy is gone. And then they stop lifting heavy and they start lifting with more reps because they think it's going to make them burn more calories, which it may or may not, you know what I'm saying? Because lifting heavy also burns a lot of calories, and there's a big afterburn, all right? If you want to keep lifting heavy, if you want to go that route, cool. But if you want to keep lifting heavy, you have to still lift heavy even while cutting, right? And I'm not telling nobody what to do, because if you go out there and you get injured or whatever, I'm just saying things I do, right? So I try to push it even if I'm cutting. Even when I'm shredded, I try to push it. Yes, you got more chances of getting injured. You ain't got no cushion for the pushing. But at the same time, that's what it takes. To stay strong while lean is you still got to do what got you strong in the first place. And you maintain more muscle that way. And you get leaner that way because you got more muscle. And you don't have to cut as much weight as you would have because you're maintaining more muscle. Right? So, when I gain weight, I'm going to gain more strength. All the numbers that I said, my bench, squat, deadlift, are going to go up. Yes, people going to say the deadlift doesn't really go up. Yes, it will, because the squat going to go up. And guess what? A squat and a deadlift is not a squat from the ground like a lot of people think, but you do use a lot of leg drive. Also, what you use leg drive on is your bench press. So it's going to carry you over. All right? And the feel of confidence of getting stronger, that feeling of being the man is going to carry over to all three. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this for a decade. People will say I don't know what I'm talking about, and there always be people that don't even live. So what I'm saying is, whatever strength that I gain while I'm bulking, lean bulking, or whatever you want to call it, I'm not gonna get fat. I'm not getting them to my tools or whatever. Whatever strength that I gain while doing that, whenever I do want to get shredded again, because I want to stay in striking range of being shredded, because being shredded is part of my goals, right? So I want to stay in striking range. I don't want it to take a whole year, or I don't want to be dozens of pounds away from it. I've done that before, and it ain't fun, all right? I don't want to have to lose 50 or 60 pounds again. I'm not, now I refuse. I am not. You do it. Don't tell me I do it. Don't do me like that, right? So as I gain that strength, whatever my bench press gets up to, try to maintain that as I lose weight whenever I decide to. Do the same thing for the deadlift, squat, whatever. Keep those numbers locked in. Every time I've ever lost my numbers is when I stop doing the movement, all right? Use it or lose it. And this ain't me complaining, this is me explaining. If you want to learn, you have to listen. You got to pay attention. And you can't learn something you ain't paying attention to. Think about when you learned how to tie your shoes. If you wasn't listening to whoever taught you how to tie your shoes, you think you ever would have learned how to tie your shoes? Maybe later on. And when you finally listen to something, you got to listen. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if it's now or later. Yo, savor the flavor. Savor for your neighbor. Because we ain't about to start rapping and stuff, man. But, yeah, man, yeah, that's what we on, man. Get as strong as that's my tactic. Get as strong as I possibly can from technique, skill, confidence, learning how to actually do the lifts, even though I already know. Knowing something and doing something is two different things. That's why everybody in the world and they mama know how to talk a good game when it comes to almost anything. Common sense can help the words coming out your mouth. You can come up with something as you're saying it. Actually doing it is two different things. Even if you've done it before. That's why the Bringing It Back series is there. I've seen millions of people. Well, I ain't seen millions of people. I've seen a lot of people, right? Exaggerating. I've seen dozens of people, right? Dozens of people injure themselves because they used to be good at lifting and they wanted to start lifting again, but they wanted to jump right back where they left off. That's stupid. I ain't saying they're stupid. I'm saying that's stupid. I know plenty of people, right? Or I know people who ain't even never been good at lifting. They see somebody good at lifting and they want to do exactly what that person do and try to just jump in. That's stupid. Don't do that. Start from 0. Don't go from 0 to 100. Don't go to 0 to 10. Go to 0. Stay at 0 as long as you need to be. Don't stay at 0 forever. A lot of people be doing that. They be in the gym. They're some beginners. No, they never began. There's people that's been in the gym 20 years and they still beginners, right? Because they don't listen to nobody and they ain't trying. All right. But go from 0 to 1. 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. Don't skip scenes. Stick to the script. Baby steps and baby reps. All right? You think you're going to get there faster by skipping scenes. You're not. You're begging for these. You're begging for this. You're pleading for these right here. Alright? Either you get injured or you give up because you're not making any progress. Same thing people do with their weight loss. They don't make no progress, they give up. Oh, you ain't listening. Count your calories. I don't think that's how you do it. And everybody you know that they lost weight, they got in a caloric deficit one way or another, whether they counted their calories or they took something that made them go into a caloric deficit. Oh, they don't count their calories because, okay, what was they eating before they lost weight? Then what was they eating while they lost weight? Look at the differences. I guarantee you they was eating less calories. Even if they wasn't counting them, I guarantee you if they actually lost weight, they was eating less calories. Or eating the same amount of calories and burning more calories, creating a caloric deficit. I'm not going to get into that because this has been a weight loss. This ain't even supposed to be a weight loss channel. This channel has been a weight loss channel for like the last 3 or 4 years. I got more weight loss videos than channels that set out to be a weight loss channel. This is supposed to be a weightlifting channel. And I'm slowly turning it back into that. But I'm so good at weight loss stuff. This is still going to be a weight loss channel, I guess. This is going to be an overall fitness channel, I guess. It's going to be powerlifting. Even though I never competed, I want to compete. This is going to be bodybuilding. even though I will probably never compete in bodybuilding. Even though there's natural bodybuilding shows, it's just not for me. I don't want to be in my drawers, getting every piece of my body critiqued and all that. That's not for me. I thought it was. I really thought about it. I'm good. I don't know. And people, you should do it. The more I say I shouldn't do it, people go tell me, you do it. You do it. Right? You a human being. The difference between me and you is the fact that I'm in this month trying to do this shit. No, that's a joke, but that's serious. The difference between most people is most people are satisfied with saying things and watching and things like that. And then you got the people that do the things. Talk about it, be about it. You ever heard that? Talk about it or be about it. It's one of the two. You gotta pick which one you're gonna be. You know what I'm saying? That's just like when I be in the gym. I'm in there working out. We gonna talk about this a little bit. I ain't gonna stop myself this time. I'm gonna stop myself at a certain point, but I'm gonna say it real quick. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I be in there getting it in. Everybody else talking. And I be trying to explain to people the problem. And people gonna pick who's a good guy and a bad guy out of the two. Guess what? The person that's trying to mind his business and work out and do his thing is always gonna be the bad guy. You're bigger, you're stronger. I can't beat him up. I ain't in the gym to beat up people, alright? I can beat them up. I can, but I'm not going to. It's not what I'm there for, right? I'm trying to work out. I'm just trying to get a workout. I don't have to fight somebody so I can work out. I shouldn't have to beg them either. Like, please, man, let me do my thing. I don't want to see the problem. You either doing it, you're talking about it, or you're being about it. This is not a game show. You can have all the answers right. You can ding, 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 ding. You're not going to build muscle because you said all the right things about building muscle. Well, you got to have your protein, you got to eat the right amount of calories, and you got to get your rest, and you got to lift. And you missing all of them. I don't know what you do outside the gym, but I know for sure your ass ain't lifting. I can see you. Dang, man, I can see you, man. So, yeah, man, I'm trying to tell you, man, I see some potential. Even though I did the same exact weights or slightly more than I did last time. Squat did exactly what I did before, but it was more of a struggle. It was just hard. I don't know why. I think I approached the bar wrong. I don't know. There's always factors. All right. So bench press, 5 pounds. I don't know if that's a body weight PR or whatever. As of late, yes. As of late, that's a PR, personal record, at this body weight. Deadlift, I've been doing, but I'm satisfied. As long as I get, give or take 500 pounds on the bar, I'm satisfied with deadlift, right? And no, there's rep ranges you need to be hitting, and there's back off sets, and I know all that stuff. I'm just deadlifting for feel right now. If I feel like putting it on there, I'm putting it on there. If I feel like going heavier, I'm going heavier. I'm not on a program for my deadlift. Not really on a program for any of this stuff. It's just me auto-regulating before I start programming. That makes sense. I know that don't make sense to most people. There's a time and a place. Like, okay, you shouldn't be doing that every day. Let me tell you something. What you do is gonna change. The way you're doing things, if you're a beginner, you might think you're gonna do this one thing forever. No, you ain't. You think you're gonna do push-pull legs forever. Yeah, I'm into that push-pull legs. You flying the flag for push-pull legs. Yeah, you gonna switch it up, trust me. Or you gonna give up. One or the other. You ain't in it for, if you're in it for the long run and you do this for years, I guarantee you're gonna switch your program. Upper or lower, full body. More of a powerlifting style, more of a bodybuilding style. You're using more machines, and you're gonna switch up to doing dumbbells. You're gonna switch up to doing barbells. You might even do some calisthenics, and you might change your mind and go back to this and that. Ask anybody you know that's been in the gym for years. They gonna tell you exactly what I'm saying. They might not say it the way you said it, but if you show them this video and let them hear it the way I said it, they gonna agree or somewhat agree or see what I'm saying. They gonna, you know what I'm saying? Comment, like, subscribe, share, holler back at your boy. Watch the other videos. Watch my New Year's playlist. It ain't New Year's. Alright, the videos are full of videos. Type in "Don't Wait Until New Year's" by Rapid Time Fitness, and you will see why you need to watch my New Year's videos way before New Year's. Alright, months, half a year, doesn't matter. Everybody failed their New Year's resolution because of what? Because they think New Year's is a magical date. And watch my other video. I don't know what I'm gonna put over here, man. Comment, like, subscribe, share, holler back at your boy. Share the video. I left a lot of stuff out of there because I forgot, because I was messing myself up.